Hey guys, so I recently went to the library and I borrowed 6 books. I already have like so many other books that I borrowed from my previous borrow. So now I have like 22 books out and it's, kind of ridiculous. 22 books. Sometimes I can't even read more than 3 books within a month, and you only get these books for like 28 or so days. So it's not even a full month in which you get these, but you get to keep these books. And there's only so many times, I don't know if it's the same with anybody else's library, but there's only so many times that you can actually renew your borrows. So at the end of the day, if you don't read them within 3 renewals, you have to return the book. I'm going to show you the 6 books that I borrowed recently, not the whole 22, because that is just ridiculous, especially considering I do not own these books. They are borrowed from the library. If I owned them and if I bought them within the month, that might be something different. I would proudly show them all off and probably, berate myself for my book buying addiction. But I'm poor, I go to the library, so I'm just going to show the 6 books that I borrowed recently. So the first book I borrowed from the library is Zeros by Scott Westerfeld, Margot Lanigan and Deborah Biancotti. I don't know, but this book is about teenagers that have powers, but they don't call them heroes, they call themselves Zeros. And it's because they're not your, typical powers, I guess. I mean, they're not like your I can fly. Well, not from what it seems to say on the back. I mean, this one, Ethan, aka Scam, has a voice inside him that will say whatever people want to hear, whether it's true or not, which is handy except when it isn't. Like when the voice starts gabbing in the middle of a bank robbery and lands him in a whole lot of trouble. The only people who can help are the other Zeros who aren't exactly his best friends these days. So, from the sounds of that, they don't have your average powers. They don't have, your flight, your super strength. This one seems more like a mind reading thing, but instead of just mere mind reading, you say what they want to hear. The second book I borrowed is Half Bad by Sally Green, which I believe is, from what I've seen about it, oh my god, I just don't know how to hold this. Here we go. I got this. This book is so confusing, man. Like, every time I hold it, I'm just like, am I holding it right? But I love it. I love how confusing it is. I'm not too sure if this is the book, but I think from what I've heard about it, this book is about witches. Do not quote me on this. I should have gone on Goodreads and read about this first, but now I'm just trying to remember what everyone on BookTube is saying. Either way, I've got it. I'm going to read it soon. I'm hoping this is the type of thing I'm going to start reading around Halloween, because witches and spookiness, and I keep looking up at the mirror. I'm so sorry. But I don't know if it's spooky or whether it's just really intense witchery. The third book I borrowed is Alive by Scott Sigler? I don't know. Scott, another Scott. I seem to like Scots at the moment. Scott McCall, anybody? I have a cousin named Scott. He's my favourite cousin. Anyway, Alive by Scott Sigler. I've read maybe 14 pages of this so far and I'm really enjoying it. I just need to get into the reading mood. There's a difference between really enjoying a book and actually just getting in the mood to read it, and it's very difficult, but it's really got me questioning a lot of things. I don't quite understand what's going on, and I'm looking forward to, reading it and just being like, whoa. Another book that I borrowed is Afterworlds by Scott Westerfeld. This one, I believe, is about a book within a book kind of type thing. Lizzie should have died in a terrorist attack, but Lizzie is a character in Darcy's first novel, Afterworlds, and death only makes her stronger. Which sounds really intense, but at the same time, it's also sold to a New York publisher for a huge advance. Afterworlds catapults Darcy into the glittering book world and puts her college plans on hold. Immersed in rewrites, author parties, and book tours, Darcy comes of age as she struggles with the perfect ending to her novel and the intoxicating beginning of first love. So you've kind of got this really intense character and this other character who's kind of just trying to make her way in the world and somehow succeeds, but then you have to go through that journey with her, and it's just really interesting. It kind of sounds like a mix of a dystopian and a contemporary in one, but that's just what it seems like from the back. Once you get into the book, I reckon it's going to be a lot more than that. Either way, I'm super pumped about it. This sounds so interesting. Man, it is raining heavily outside. My god. The 5th book that I borrowed is She Loves You, She Loves You Not by Julie Ann Peters. Something I haven't actually looked and seen a lot on BookTube, but I've already read a book by Julie Ann Peters, which was Lies My Girlfriend Told Me, and I really enjoyed it. It was a very quick read. I read it purely because it was so short. This one looks a little longer, but I think knowing Julie Ann Peters' writing style, if it's the same as it is in, same as it was in unless my girlfriend told me like it is in this one, then I'm sure I'm going to read this really fast. And book number 6 that I borrowed, the last one that I borrowed, is The Program by Suzanne Young. I have seen this all over Goodreads, all over BookTube, but I know a friend of mine recently read it and she said it was kind of dull in comparison to how everyone was talking about it, but she still enjoyed it. I don't know, the only cure for the epidemic is The Program. Until next time guys, I will see you soon with another video soon. Bye!